Welcome to Making to Make. Today, we're making the Butcher Block stovetop cover. To start this project, I picked up a large piece of butcher block from the home store. If you do purchase this butcher block, please be aware that it does have an intentional top and bottom from the factory. The bottom will have any inconsistency or voids like knots. The top, on the other hand, will be smooth and knot-free. The first step in this project will be to cut the butcher block down to its length. For me, that's 27 inches. Once that piece is cut, I then take it and cut it down to its width of 20 inches. I save the cutoff as it is needed in the next step. I rip the cutoff from the step before into 1.5 inch squares, which wasn't really necessary because these are too big for what I actually need them for. After realizing my mistake, I then cut them down to the proper size. I measured these pieces by using my push stick. This is because I couldn't find any of the 25 tape measures I have laying around somewhere. After these cuts, I have 6 pieces at about 3/4 of an inch thick. Now, we really only need 4 of these pieces. The last 2 you can put to the side as your just in case. The first 2 are already to their finished size, so I just put those to the side for now. For the 3rd and 4th piece, I'll send you off to my assistant to show you what's next. All done? Can I have them now? You finished cutting them? Daddy, help. All done? Is it Daddy's turn to work on them now? Thank you. After my assistant was finished with them, I took these 2 pieces and I cut them down into 4 pieces at 8 inches. I then make a mark at 4 inches. I line up this template I made off camera to show the curve that I need to cut. I cut this out on my squirrel saw, or as I like to call it, the poor man's bandsaw. To make sure they are uniform, I align 2 of the pieces that will be on the same side and sand them together. After sanding, you can really start to see what this is going to look like. For the glue up, I'm using Titebond 3 because it's waterproof and food safe. Due to this curve we cut, it makes gluing this piece more difficult. So I used the cutoff piece to assist in gluing. To prevent this piece from sliding, I used the tape and super glue trick. If you are unfamiliar with this trick, you can watch it below to see how it works. It's very simple. Now that we have this piece in, you can see it allows me to clamp in both directions during glue up. What you see me doing now is rubbing sawdust from the butcher block onto the seam to fill in any gaps I may have. I typically do this step after, but decided to try it now to see if it saved any time. Once the whole thing is dried, I start with 80 grit sandpaper and I sand all the way up to 220. The finish used on this project has to be food safe as it will be used as a cutting board. So, the finish I used was a mixture of wax and mineral oil. This finish is very simple to apply. Simply wipe it on with a clean, lint-free rag and let it soak in. After you've given it time to soak in, simply wipe off the excess. I did 4 coats like this on all sides, leaving me with this. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button and subscribe. If you want to see more, check out my last video where I built a desk out of my scrap wood, and keep an eye out for the next video.